There's a storm coming.
You sound like you're looking forward to it.
I'm adaptable.
What are you?
I'm Gotham's reckoning.
Did they kill him?
I'm not sure.
Why didn't you just kill me?
Your punishment must be more severe.
Do you think he's coming back?
I don't know. Why would you run, Bane?
You should be as afraid of him as I am.
I won't bury you. I've buried enough members of the Wayne family.
You don't owe these people anymore. You've given them everything.
Not everything. Not yet.
My mother warned me about getting into cars with strange men.
This isn't a car.
All right, so now we're back. Now we're going to talk about The Dark Knight Rises, the last, the third film of this Batman series by Nolan. But William,
final.
Yeah, William, what do you want to talk about?
Let's start with the Rogues Gallery because any hero is defined by their villains. You
Right.
need the flip side of
And
the coin.
in this case, Bane.
Bane, which, all right, I'm going to put up the image real quick. Do it. All right, take it away. Take it away. Take it away. All right, that was the Batman and Robin Bane. We've acknowledged it. We're done. All right.
The Mexican luchador-like guy.
Yeah. Well, he does have the. Funny you bring that up because the history of the character, he does have that mask. He's almost like
like a huge luchador.
Yeah, and it's just here's the thing. There are many iterations of comic book characters. What I'm going to give you real quick is just a brief synopsis that kind of covers 90% of them. All right, so Bane is the son of revolutionaries. A lot of his life's going to mirror Batman. I just want to kind of bring that up real quick.
That's
one of the reasons that he was even picked as the character. But both his parents are revolutionaries against the South American government.
Right.
His father is killed during capture. His mother survives. Bane is given the rest of his father's life sentence, forced to serve in prison.
Right, yeah.
While he's in there, he's a 7-year-old kid forced to survive in prison. I don't care how tough Gotham City is. South American prison wins. I don't care.
Yeah.
And he survives. And not only that, he thrives. So you have a very ideological similarity here.
Well, not only that, and what Bane is always seen as in the comics as is the Batman going wrong. He's the smartest Batman.
No, that's the thing. That's the one thing he doesn't have. Almost as smart.
Well, yeah,
that's the
but
only thing Bruce Wayne had because they are the physical pinnacle of humanity.
Right.
Both of them.
Right.
And here's the thing. In this movie, unfortunately, Bane has age.
Right.
So now Batman
he's younger.
only has his smarts because
Right.
Bruce Wayne, like we said, Dark Knight Rises takes place 8 years after Dark Knight.
Right.
So
And
we're
as
looking at almost 40. He's got
and
a
you
cane.
Yeah. The thing is, in this trailer, we're not sure if this cane is a result of something that happens in the movie or is it from the 8 years.
Yeah, because the legend
You know
of
what,
Bane.
wait.
No, let me just go in this real quick because the most legendary thing Bane ever did, he's the closest to ever killing Batman.
Okay.
He broke Batman's back.
Right,
That's the closest to death.
that's the
up until
comics.
recently when they killed Batman and then brought him back miraculously. But I was like, that's still, as far as comic lore is concerned. And so I think that pretty much covers 90% of it. But this being played by Tom Hardy,
which, as we said earlier segment, his first breakout role, we could say Bronson. He's done other things before then, but his first, I would say, like, hey, I'm a good actor, was Bronson. And he worked in Inception with Christopher Nolan, where he played kind of a minor role, major role.
well, he was a supporting cast,
right.
but like he was the forger.
But yeah, and then also something he did very recently with Chris Pine was This Means War, I mean, not make a great movie, but he shows that he can not just do straight serious action and acting, but he does like a lighthearted comedy too. Like he shows that he has flexibility.
Well, that was part of the thing. He was the comic relief in Inception.
Right.
That was the thing. Like he was just like, dream a little bigger, darling. Like him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt going back and forth, which
Right.
both of them
Are like
coming back in this movie.
Right. So, yeah. But he's a great actor. Something to look out.
Which, by the way, I want to address the respirator real quick because we
Oh, yeah,
see
yeah,
that.
talk
We
about
saw that in the trailer.
Right.
And I just want to bring up the respirator real quick. You kind of saw it in the. Bring it up real quick. All right, take it away. In that and
No, let's forget about it.
all right, yeah, it's gone again. But there is type of this like super serum, almost in a sense, that kind
Yeah,
of pushes Bane.
talk about that thing you said with on the plane.
The respirator. All right. There was a brief preview that was leaked to the public. So it's been taken down, but we're going to see this in the movie. And there's a part where he's talking in the respirator, and they actually went back and you were talking about how they actually redubbed his voice a little
Right,
bit
yeah,
because
'cause
it was
you could-
too wheezy.
Yeah.
But he almost sounds asthmatic.
Yeah.
But he's wearing this respirator. And it's supposed to be, the way it was in the comics was the respirator gave him extra strength,
Right.
but it took away some intelligence, kind of like a Hulk syndrome here. Now with this, he's wearing the respirator, but there have been hints that the respirator is actually what's keeping him in check.
Right.
So if he loses the respirator, he's going to go ape on Batman.
Yeah.
And that's kind of an interesting dynamic because somebody goes, what if I ripped off the respirator? It would be very painful. And he goes, oh, you're a big guy. He goes, no, very painful for you.
Yeah.
And it's just, what is going to happen with that? It's a Chekhov gun, man. It's just like, what's going to happen when the respirator comes off?
And just real quick, Williams not giving credit to the way Tom Hardy plays that Bane role. If you just listen to him every time he talks, it just sounds so demonic almost, like
Yeah.
terrifying, just the way he talks. And it's like
Yeah.
he's just talking, and you're
he's got
scared of him.
a very East German, Middle Eastern thing because
Right.
the whole thing is that he's leader of a terrorist cell.
Right.
And so they've given him like a very Eastern Bloc, Russia, East
Right.
German type vibe, and it just. He's terrifying. His presence
Right.
the entire time. It's
Joker,
very much like Bronson.
It's something that Joker was terrifying in the way like you didn't know what he was going to do.
Yeah,
In this
he's
case,
capable
you
of
know what
anything.
Bane's going to do. He's going to
You just don't
kick
like
the
it.
living hell out of you.
I mean, you saw it in the trailer. I mean, like literally, they're throwing people downstairs. They're pulling people out from under tables. People are running in fear for their lives.
Right.
And
of course, as you see in the trailer, you got that brief moment with the football field.
so let's talk about Catwoman.
But Anne Hathaway's playing Catwoman. I really shouldn't need to tell who Anne Hathaway, Devil Wears Prada, that pretty much tells who she is. But yeah, so, I mean, as people know, Anne Hathaway's in. A lot of people don't like the idea of she's playing Catwoman, but I'm all right with it. I mean, it's Nolan. But as some people have pointed out, he doesn't pick great female leads.
No, he doesn't want to take away from Batman.
Right.
But just briefly with Catwoman, really brief. Kind of either independently wealthy turned cat burglar, adventure seeker, or prostitute turned cat burglar, thrill seeker. But the thing that it's important to know about Catwoman is she is not the damsel in distress. In fact, she often holds her own and sometimes saves Batman from the fire.
Right, in the
She's the one to
comics,
pull out. She is up there in the echelon.
Right.
She hangs with the tough guys.
We got returning cast of Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, all three great actors. We shouldn't really need to say anything about them other than that. But moving on, we have Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
Yeah, who is
which
playing,
is playing
John Blake.
which is not a character in the comics.
No.
But there are hints that he could be the...
He's going to be a major part of
Right.
this film. He's going to be, I mean, you saw it in the trailer, major focus.
Right.
And
a lot more than I thought.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
he's supposed to represent, the John Blake character is a young kid in the Gotham Police Department who's supposed to represent the idealism that Gordon and Batman both used to have. Unfortunately,
Right.
they're old men now.
Yeah.
It's a fact
You're
of life.
jaded,
You
yeah.
lose it, you're jaded. He's coming in with that idealism. Counteracting that, we have Matthew Modine. Now, I'm going to let you talk about that real quick because he's got a bit of history.
Who, Matthew Modine?
Yeah.
As some of y'all might remember, good old Kubrick, Full Metal Jacket, you know, the piece and what was the other thing on his helmet?
Born to Kill.
Born to Kill, you know, so...
And he's played Joker
Yeah,
in Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Separate that
So-
real quick. But
Yeah. You know.
working with Kubrick and Nolan.
Right, so...
Yeah.
And Kubrick, just real quick, was a kind of like a psychological, creepy kind of director, where Nolan's like just straight up psychological.
When was he creepy?
Clockwork Orange was creepy.
Oh no, it was creepy. When I saw
The Shining was creepy.
when I saw D'Onofrio, hi Joker, I'm like, oh, this doesn't end well. But with this coming into this movie, he's playing another character. He's going to be playing the deputy commissioner,
Right.
Who's
Trying to
deputy
take
commissioner
over.
Foley, which it hinted at that he is just a cell of something. He's something bad. We don't want to know yet.
Right.
But unfortunately, him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, their characters are so important in this movie, they both signed non-disclosure agreements. And everyone's been hitting at it. They wouldn't even tell us he was a deputy commissioner until like 2 weeks ago when the international release happened. Until then, his character was just known as Nixon. But we knew he was big because he got his own poster He's ranked up there with Catwoman right now as
Yeah.
far as a character. So it's like Catwoman, Bane, him.
Which is something about Nolan does in a lot of his movies. The Batman movies, he brings in characters that are not the huge characters in the comics, but he's like, look, I'm telling my own story.
But then let's talk about the third ace in the hole, Cotillard.
Yes, Marion Cotillard.
Marion Cotillard, yeah.
Who recently was in Inception.
Yeah, Woman in Red.
And then also before that was Public Enemies, which was very brief.
Also
role,
the Woman in Red in there.
Which is surprisingly, that's how she got cast for Inception. Yeah. She had that small role in Public Enemies with Johnny Depp, and no one's like, "Yep, that's my woman." But she's mostly known for a lot. She's done mostly work in Europe, like for a lot of French films, and she is French.
And she is very good, though.
Right.
She nailed Inception. But the thing that she's playing in here, she's supposed to be playing a love interest of Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Miranda Tate, who officially that's who she is. She's Miranda Tate. However, Ra's al Ghul from Batman Begins,
played by Liam Neeson, supposedly died.
Supposedly dead. However, Liam Neeson has confirmed he's filmed new principal, not just flashback scenes, but new photography for Dark Knight Rises. We also have a young girl playing a young Talia Ghul, which is Ra's al Ghul's daughter, and it was a big love interest for Batman in the comics because she was one of the only people who knew he was Batman and Bruce Wayne,
and could understand his world.
Yeah, because she was at that upper echelon because she helped run the Demon's Head, which is the League of Shadows of the comics.
Right.
So, and Raz had always wanted Batman to marry Talia.
Right.
And there's actually some leaked images of Talia and a younger Bruce Wayne becoming romantically involved.
Right. The problem always is that Raz's view
evil. He talks about the necessary evil. Meanwhile, Batman this entire time has been the idealist who's going, no, there are good people here. We can save people.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're defending a city so corrupt. We've infected every level of its infrastructure.
Right. That's what happened in Batman Begins.
However, I do want to go into one thing with Talia and Raz here, and there's the idea of the Lazarus Pit. And that's because we're talking about potentially killing off a superhero character. The Lazarus Pit plays into this because there have been leaked shots of people around a green pit. Now, the Lazarus Pit in the comics was a rejuvenation pit.
Hence the name Lazarus.
Yes. So you could literally come back to life.
Right.
Will Nolan push it this far? I don't know.
Because
He's a big fan of realism.
Yeah, he grounds everything in reality.
Which is why it's so awesome that he's talking about potentially ending the series with the death of Batman.
Right.
But I want to end on this quote, and then we'll do our reviews real quick. Okay. Nolan, when he said about writing this, he goes, it made sense to end it with a trilogy. He goes, in comics you can go in perpetuity. He goes, you can go on forever. He goes, movies don't allow for that. And he goes, and it was easier to write a story, a better story, by envisioning an end. So we are coming to an end. There is going to be something finale about this.
Yeah.
What that finale is going to be, I don't know. We've seen burning buildings, cops charging in the street, Bane taking over prisons. This is going to be war.
Yeah.
With that,
just real quick, this movie is the longest of the three.
2 hours, 45 minutes, which kind of reminds me of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I'm hoping for a movie on that level, where it's like the third one, it kept getting longer, and then you hit this, like Sergio Leone just hit his stride, man.
Right.
I want to give my review real quick. This is a cultural phenomenon. Regardless of what actually happens with the movie, we have to see it.
Right.
It's like Fallout Green.
Regardless if you're a comic book fan, people, that's the thing. Batman Begins, it was very comic booky. A lot of people didn't see it. But The Dark Knight was like, people who never watch comic book movies, older folks, women, they went and saw The Dark Knight and were shocked by how good the movie was. That this is the same level. You just need to see it just to see it.
Yeah, which, by the way, I'm not
a cultural phenomenon.
It's funny, though, because as much as it's a comic book movie, I'm not recommending it for children under 7.
No,
Too many nightmares, I think.
Well,
I think Heath Ledger proved that in the last one. Like, I watched a kid sitting there crying the entire movie, like, Mom, I want to go.
It's like, no, this is good.
Turn around, go to sleep. But, so I'm giving it Fallout Green just for the cultural aspects alone. We'll see what happens.
And, of course, green. I almost want to say, like, this is the little green era. I'm almost going to say go beyond.
We got, like, a little special slot for Nolan right down here.
I guess we'll color it blue.
Freaking, it's white hot. That's what it is.
Yeah, this movie is going to break records again, probably.
Oh, yeah, Avengers, kiss the number 3 slot goodbye.
Yeah.
Hold on to it tight.
I don't think it's going to beat Titanic or Avatar.
I don't know. If it's that good, maybe.
I don't know. They have been talking.
You know what? I'm going in line. I'm going in line right now.
Yeah.
I'm
speaking
out.
of which, this is playing at 6:30 right now, and it's almost 7.
Dude, you're still talking. I'm out.
I'm actually at the theater right now watching Trilogy. So on that bombshell, see you guys in a couple weeks, right? William?
I'm in line.
Couple weeks, right?
Can't hear you.
Couple weeks.
Watch Batman Begins.
Hold my seat.
What?
See y'all later.
No, you can have your seat.